What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with yet again another perfume experience. And for today, I have none other than Spirit of Dubai, Roeya. If I can get the camera to focus. There we go. So I will be going over the description off of the website as well as the notes, and then I will do a perfume experience with you guys. And yeah, before we get started, and as per tradition on this channel, make sure to grab your favorite snack, your favorite bevy or cafe, sit back and relax and enjoy the awesomeness heading your way. I've already had my coffee or 2 to 3 double espresso shots, so I'm already wired as it is. So I'll abstain from having any more. All right, you guys. So, Roeya by Spirit of Dubai. So it's an eau de parfum, and for the description, it goes like this. Your window to tomorrow's world is a potent mix of elegant notes that ups the ante on your vision of the future. Think top notes like neroli, cashmeran, and mandarin with oud, ambergris, ambret, and fir at the base. Orange blossom and jasmine sambac are a few of the lilting middle notes that play with the senses. Always one step ahead of the curve, the progression of the scent all at once. Woody, spicy, floral, ambery is inspired by the sands of time. Alright, so this one probably has the least amount of notes out of all the perfumes I've experienced from this house, and that's a good thing. Okay, that looks very promising. So we have for the top notes cashmeran, amber, mandarin, neroli, and tuberose. For the middle notes, we have orange blossom, papyrus, saffron, jasmine sambac. And for the base notes, we have oud, ambergris, ambret, and fir. And this olfactive family is woody, spicy, floral, and ambery. All right, so that is it, you guys, for the description and notes. So let's give this a try. Again, one thing that's very interesting, why is the sampler not coming out? One thing that's very interesting about this house is how they put the manufacturing date and the expiry date, which I find is interesting because most of other houses don't really do that. Okay, so this is what the sample bottle looks like. Right, you guys? Again, very generous, very nice presentation, but I think the one thing that stands for me as a sampler is how much you're getting. I mean, this is way more generous compared to other houses. All right, so I will go ahead and spray this. Alright, so this is very floral in the opening. I'm definitely getting straight up tuberose and jasmine. And see, when the composition is simple, you can actually pick on notes. Yeah, the jasmine and tuberose are very prominent in the opening. So it's very floral opening, then it starts to turn into a warm, ambery perfume I'm getting Orange Blossom for sure. Saffron, not so much. There's also, they say, Cashmeran, Amber, and Mandarin and Neroli. Mandarin, maybe. The Neroli, I'm getting the Neroli for sure. It was also in the opening, but I think I was more fixated on the Tuberose and Jasmine, but it was there in the opening. Cashmeran and Amber. I mean, I've smelled stronger notes of Amber and Cashmeran in other brands. So here, for a top note and as a perfume that's predominantly Cashmere and Amber, it's actually fairly weak. Okay. Did I mention it? Yeah, Orange Blossom is there. Papyrus, I have no idea what that smells like standalone. For the base notes, they're saying there's oud, ambergris, ambret, and fear. So ambret actually simulates musk. Ambergris, we already know what that is, and oud, so let's check them out. Fear, I have no idea what that smells like independently. I do not smell any oud in here whatsoever. Ambergris. This does have rather fresh, salty quality to it, so it is possible that it is there. And the ambret should be giving musk-like quality. And maybe it is very subtly musky, but overall not a musky perfume. So in a lot of ways, if I had to actually address what's coming across a lot in this perfume, it's gonna be the tuberose, the neroli, and the jasmine sambac and the orange blossom. So for me, it comes across more as a floral forward dominant perfume. And again, just on my skin, it's becoming a skin scent and almost disappearing. It's taking a lot of effort to smell it, and the sprayer is actually very generous. So one thing I find about this house on my skin is that it doesn't last very long on my skin, or it turns into a skin scent that's very weak. Now, I did experiment with spraying it on clothing. It does last longer on clothing, but even then you need quite a bit of sprays, at least four, for it to project and perform really. So again, I know some of you in my other previous videos on this house, you can go to the playlist, disagreed with me on the performance. So again, I'll re-emphasize that is that when I do look at performance, yes, it is relative, okay? Because I need to have a benchmark. I need to have some sort of standard to compare it to. So it's always going to be relative. And the truth of the matter is that for perfumes that are in the same class and the same dollar amount, it actually doesn't measure up performance-wise, okay? And again, you know, everybody has a different opinion and a different perspective, and that's fine. For me, though, for what the house offers from a price standpoint and the luxury niche claim, I'd expect more performance-wise, okay? And again, this is my subjective experience with this. It's a very, very nice formulation, and the neroli in here, as well as the tuberose, the jasmine sambac, and the orange blossom, they are good essential oils. Okay, I can tell because I have these oils in my collection, so I know what they are. So they do actually have very high quality oils in these, and I can tell by the way that they smell. But it's not performing for me. And if a perfume is not performing. I mean, for some people, maybe they just collect it for the sake of collecting the scent, but I want performance and a good scent. And this has a very good scent profile, but the performance is just, it's not there. It really isn't. Okay? Yeah, it's very hard for me to pick it on my skin now. Okay. So let's get into some data on this, some factoids, if you wish. With respect to the performance of this, again, and I know some of you are going to disagree with me, but the performance on this is weak. Okay, projection, trail, and sillage are skin scent at this point, if any. Yeah, it's just really weak with this one. And I will say this about this composition. This is probably the first one I've laid a nose on that does not smell synthetic like the others I have covered in my channel. A lot of the oils here are natural. It actually smells the closest to an artisanal, given the oils in it compared to the other ones. I also like the fact that it has a few notes in it, which makes it actually enjoyable as a scent profile versus confusing and, you know, stressful to pick into and get into. But with that said, performance wise, it's just, yeah, it's lackluster. Okay, with respect to seasonality, because I'm getting mostly florals out of this, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this will do well as a spring and summer scent. Now, even though there's cashmere and amber and ambrette in here, this comes across more as a floral scent. It's actually going to do very well in hot weather, and it's not going to choke you out or suffocate you because of the ambery, musky facets in here. They're very subtle. They're very understated. You know, I can barely pick on them. Now, with respect to time of day, I'm going to say that this is more of an early evening scent. In the morning, I just don't see it, neither the afternoon. Late at night, you need something more potent, but early evening, this scent would be perfect. It's just, you know, you breaking away from your, let's say, work routine or money-making routine, and you're jumping into that, you know, start of the evening where you're gonna get into, hopefully, exciting things, okay? How would you dress this? This one, you can actually pull it casual as well as semi-casual, semi-formal. It's not a formal scent at all. Again, it comes more across as an artisanal rather than a niche scent per se. And it has a lot of oils in here that smell very artisanal and natural, which is the one thing that I really think this scent has going for it. It's just the fact that the quality of the natural oils in here is really good, and you pick on it instantaneously. And for those of you that are into the artisanals or had high quality oils independently, you will pick on it very quickly. So for this one, dress it casually, semi-casual, semi-formal. You can get away with formal, wouldn't be too congruent, so I would not recommend that. Now, with respect to gender spectrum, I agree with, you know, the website where they say that this is a unisex scent. I think, you know, there are no biases towards male or female. It just fits perfectly in the middle. So as a guy or a gal, you'll be comfortable with it. Now, what kind of context would you wear this in? Honestly, this is actually very versatile. As an errand scent, or as a kind of a scent that when you can't make a choice or a decision on what to put on, you can just pull this out and put it on. It's not offensive, it's not overwhelming, It's versatile enough to work in any situation. This is why I said errands, because errands can include anything. Going to the grocery store to maybe you're going to buy a Rolex, okay? It depends on your spending budget when it comes to errands. But this is a versatile scent. It will work in any setting. It's got, you know, the amber, it's got the woods, it's got the florals predominantly, and yeah, it's just versatile enough to work in any context. And just thinking about early evening, what would you typically do early evening? You'd, you know, come from work, take a shower, apply the scent, sit and unwind. You know, if you're into wine, you're having a glass of wine, or you're going out to catch up with friends, going to watch a movie, maybe getting some errands done, maybe reading a book. It's just that kind of a scent where you can wear it in any context or setting. Now, this is advertised as luxury niche. Does it smell luxurious? Yes. But there are other scents out there that smell more luxurious than this. Again, relatively speaking. So this is kind of a take on an artisanal floral uh, that is not rough around the edges, tamed and packaged in a very nice, sophisticated way. But yeah, overall, I really, really do like the scent profile, and I love the florals in here. It's just, it leaves me wanting for more, if I'm being straight up. Now, do I recommend Dubai Roeya? Roeya by Spirit of Dubai. Again, with this house, I put it this way. Given that this has a lot of natural, high quality, actually natural oils in it, if you're accustomed to artisanals, this will be underwhelming, okay? You're better off spending that money on an artisanal perfume that has these oils in it, or buying the oils standalone from an artisanal, okay? And you know, in this case, I'm referencing really Ansar Oud. It's predominantly what I have, followed by Arish Lador. And I have the essential oils in this. So I have tuberose, I have orange blossom, I have jasmine. And my God, the quality is insane. And it's at a fraction of the price of this. So yeah, if you're coming from the artisanal world, this will be disappointing and frustrating, okay? If, on the other hand, you wanna get an artisanal feel while being mainstream and kind of having something that's tamed, not rough around the edges, something that you can claim is a niche luxury because of the marketing and advertising, and you're not familiar with artisanals, but you want something that's floral forward with a Middle Eastern profile, then 100% yes, get your nose on it, get your wallet on it, cop it. You will not regret it. As long as your nose isn't a well-developed nose and experienced nose, okay? This will be a good way to break into sort of the artisanal world, if you wish, or get an introduction to it, but in a niche luxury format, okay? And yeah, I really do like the profile. Like I said, you guys, I like the scent profile a lot. I just, again, you know, because I have the artisanals and I've gotten my nose on them, it's lackluster compared to an artisanal. And for spending the same amount of money, really, you're better off going with an artisanal. That's just where I'm coming from, okay? You get more bang of your buck with an artisanal, I think, but you also get more of that wild, untamed nature of the material itself, okay? This is very domesticated, even though there's quality natural oils in it. I can tell that it's just got, like, the tuberose in here is not as aggressive, let's say, as some of the artisanal tuberose perfumes I have. it's very tamed right here. So that's the other thing, is that for the same price you can get an artisanal with a much more potent scent profile. So even from, believe it or not, just leaving aside niche versus artisanal, from a bang for your buck standpoint, you're getting more with an artisanal. But like I said, artisanals aren't for everybody. You really gotta be into your frag sort of journey. But if you're just starting off and you have the money to spend and you want something close to artisanal but refined, I'll repeat again, go for Roeya Dubai. It will not disappoint you, okay? Just be cognizant also of the performance. I know a lot of people don't really like beast mode or strong scents, so if that's you, this will be fantastic for you. Okay, you guys, so this is it for this upload. Hopefully this has been helpful for some of you. If you do disagree with me on my experience with this perfume, that's all right. I get that not everybody's gonna share my perspective or sentiment, which is fine. I'm more than happy to have some of you disagree with me, and yeah, we're just all here to enjoy these nice scents and arts of work, or works of art. I can't speak. Okay, so with that said, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. As per usual, very much appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.